Yo, it's Guido, and it is Monday. It is Monday, and we're going to talk about time management. This one's called Ain't No One Got Time for That. Ain't No One Got Time for That. You know, World of Tanks is a hit point reduction game at its core. That's what it is. You reduce the enemy's hit points before they reduce yours, you win in general. Minus the occasional steal, a win from a cap, yada yada. And even in that case, you've set the conditions for the cap by probably reducing hit points, unless somehow you just snuck in a fast cap and the enemy team are complete Muppets. Possible. However, in general, the hit point reduction game requires that you reduce their hit point. And in order to reduce the enemy's hit points faster, in a DPM kind of manner, as a team DPM, you've got to put your best guns in the correct spots. Well, you can see we are here on Ensk, and it is a great Monday morning. It's a two-tier battle, 5-10, not 9-10, but 5-10, and that's awesome, man. That's good. We're gonna have a good fight here, except that 3 of our tier 9s, and we only have 5, have gone to the southwest and are flanking. They're flanking because I don't know why. And this is one of the most misunderstood parts of this game. This whole idea that I'm going to go over here and flank and I'm going to sneak up behind the enemy. Well, that's fine unless you happen to be 3 of the tier 9s of the 5 total that the team has. You can see that the enemy tier 9s are not having the problem of attempting to flank. They are, in fact, pushing into our face and smashing us. Udes makes a mistake, we get him, that's good. And now we are on our back foot. Now the object finds a Tiger 2 and an object 416. Those are 2 tier 8s. T-95 is slowly trundling, one of the slowest tanks in the game. Shot into there. And they're pushing in, and somehow the object 257 cannot take down a Tiger 2 as he continues to fight the thing. And now we're getting pushed by the enemy team. As a matter of fact, the Scorpion G decides to leave, and the P-44 Pantera begins to leave. Now, there's an interesting conversation at the end of this, which I got salty and I will not show you. No swearing or anything like that, just discussing the choices that some of my teammates made. And the Scorpion G said, you had no chance. And I went, you know, you're right. We had a lower chance. Why did we have a lower chance? Well, because 3 of our 5 tier 9s decided to flank and get stuffed by 2 tier 8s. Actually, one of the tier 9s is simply sitting back there, the T-5041. He just barely started moving. You may have noticed that he was at about J3 or 4 until just about now. And when the Scorpion realized we had no chance, he ran off, which further reduced our chance. And I will tell you that right now it's not looking that bad. Unfortunately, I hit 3. I was trying to fix something, so I shot HE like a Muppet right there. The tanks that were here actually held them off pretty well, up until about right now. And now, here we are at a minute 11:29 on Ensk Encounter. We have played for 3.5 minutes, math in public. Fairly even game, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks that have basically done nothing except for kill a Tiger 2. 1/3 of our team. Now the Scorpion and the Pantera may have thrown a little bit of effort in until they ran away, but for the last minute and a half, they've been running around the flank and not doing anything over on the east. And we have somehow managed to keep it to 5-5. The problem is that we are all beat up here, and we're about to get pushed by the majority of their team. And ain't no one got time for that. This big flank idea, this idea that I'm so clever, I'm going to flank around and get shots in the side, is fine in the right situation, but this map is simply not it. If you have a fast, medium, or a light, and you go down probe into the west side of this map and you notice that there isn't anybody and you are able to get around, then you can potentially make a difference. If you are going to take 1/3 of the team, I'm just trying to live at this point, if you are going to take 1/3 of the team and attempt to flank, you certainly cannot allow yourself to get stuffed by 1 Tiger 2 and an Object 416 hanging out in the back when there are 3 of you, 2 in the case of the T-95 and the Object. it just ends up being a loss. The enemy team is all in one spot. They've cleaned out one flank. Now they can react to whatever's going on. The T-54E1 has actually turned back around, and now he's coming the other way. It would have been really nice if his gun had been in the game at all during the game. And this ends up being a loss. So ain't no one got time for that. It's a lot closer than it probably should have been. The enemy team should have wiped us out much earlier based on the strength that they had facing us right there. Just some good gameplay on a couple of the players right there. I'm able to drop 2,733 in a loss. You know, it's just, I know this has been a subject I've talked about, and hopefully with the new players and new subscribers that are coming on board, people who are trying to internalize what I'm talking about, that as a team DPM idea, we just took a bunch of our DPM off the board, essentially, and made it irrelevant. When all three of those Tier 9s left for that long, just imagine if those three Tier 9s had been there with us. If those 3 9s had been there with us, let's just say that let's just say the T-54E1 did go camp, and he spotted the Tiger II and kept them busy, and we had the T-95 and the Object 257. If I was a T-95 on this map, I would be salivating, because I would be droning right up the east side, smashing everything in my way, or at least absorbing a bunch of shots and watching my team crush them as they pop out and attempt to shoot the T-95. Really, if you've got a Doom Turtle moving up through those railways, not the railways in the middle, but this area over here, as the enemy team, you have a couple choices. Try to take down the T-95 and expose yourself to all the other guns, or ignore the T-95 and shoot the other guns and still get shot by the T-95. But this is a perfect Monday game. Ain't nobody got time for that. You took 3 of the best guns out of the game. We kept it close at least for a while, but ended up losing anyway. Why? Because the guns weren't there. There you go. It's Monday, man. It is Monday. We will see ya. Ain't nobody got time for that.